like you're supposed to have it all together, but inside you're wondering how everyone else makes it look so easy, you're not alone. This is Southern Sisters, a place for women who want to grow without the guilt, find purpose in the messy middle, and be reminded that you were made for more. Make sure you stick around. We always save the bloopers for the end. Welcome to our episode of Southern Sisters. We're so glad you're here. Thank you for joining us today. We are going to talk today about holy hormones, how we survive the swings, okay? Our icebreaker question for today is, if your hormones had a personality, what would their name be? Mine would be Ethel.
Ethel, an old lady?
Yeah, she an old lady.
She grouchy.
She grouchy.
So funny.
And she hangry and she doesn't sleep well. This is Ethel.
That's a great idea. I thought Karen was my first thing, but then I thought, listen, Linda, is what somebody used that in my class.
A Karen at all.
Listen, Linda, you need to chill out.
Lindsay, Linda?
Hormones are crazy. And I feel like you just have to chill and be like, listen, I know it's irrational. I've literally found myself saying that to Adam. I know it's irrational. I know I sound crazy, but this is still how I feel. Listen, Linda, you get it together because your family is suffering. Just kidding.
Every time Jared and I have like our biggest fight, I start like 2 days later.
And then
I'm like, nothing I said was valid.
Yes, that's what
That
I
was just
talk
all
about.
me. I just finally couldn't handle it anymore. Like I just lost my crap.
Yeah, and then when you start, they're like, oh. You're like, no, it's still a valid point.
No,
I know, right? I just couldn't take it anymore.
I know when I'm about to start, and I always give Josh a warning. Like, just so you know, I might be a little
Tread
bit
lightly.
mean. It's not me. It's not me, okay?
Right.
So just ignore it.
It's just the green ugly monster.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's good.
It is the truth. Courtney, what was your name be?
I thought of Sister Sassafras because she's bossy and she's also secret. Like she still cares about you. So like I'll be like bossy and mean, and then I'll be like apologetic. Like when I'm with my employees and I'm kind of being like moody,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, so this needs to happen right now. And then I realize, oh my gosh, that was really assertive. And then I'm like, hey, I'm really sorry. I'm just in a mood today. You know, like I'm like,
Sister Sassafras.
yeah, Sister Sassafras. I just connected with that one.
The hormones are real. All right, Evie, what about yours?
I said mine would be like a person that goes by two names, you know?
Like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Like, yeah, something like that, like Olivia Jade, Mary Kate, like, somebody that goes by two names. Because one minute I'm really mean and I'm like, don't touch me, leave me alone. Then the next minute I'm like, I need a hug, hold me.
I'm needy.
Yes, exactly.
I had I think this was Ben's grandma or some kind of, like, they would say she was Mrs. Nice Nasty. Like she was nice for a second and then she'd like flip. And I think that we've all felt that.
Yeah, because Josh will be like, what the crap? Like, you were just telling me to hug you a minute ago and now you want nothing to do with me.
I'm so
Sorry.
It doesn't make any sense, and it's okay. I do feel bad for our men, though. Sometimes I'm like, I'm really sorry.
Just how God made me.
That is crazy.
On What Happens in Vegas, that movie with Ashton Kutcher, and he's like, he's trying to go get a deal at the hotel. I always think of that one, and he's like, we have this beautiful thing for 3 weeks out of the month, and then on the fourth week, we pay the cost. That's exactly what it feels like. So sorry.
I'm so sorry.
ridiculous.
I feel like we should do a disclaimer like this hormone episode is not going to be scientific whatsoever.
Absolutely not.
This is
This
real
is
life.
just real life, real women talking about hormones and the real struggles, okay?
right.
So there will be no documentation
Nope.
of
No
any
studies.
kind of medicine.
I did not research any medical journals for this.
Nobody had time for that. So
No.
just
Real
recognize
life, real
this
experience.
for what it is,
Exactly.
and the fact that we're all at really different points and have struggled with hormones in very different ways. Okay, before we jump into more of that talk, we have a new sister segment. It's called Sister Spotlight. Okay. And what this is going to be is a rapid fire style. So because I am the oldest,
To answer.
And she's making us do this. She has to go first.
I have to go first. So
Yeah.
this is rapid fire, and Courtney's going to give me the questions.
That's
okay,
right. Let's go.
go.
All right. What's your dirty soda drink order?
Oh, I love a large drink with lots of ice, Sprite Zero, because I stay awake from caffeine, but I do like peach and strawberry. Kate gave me this mix, and it is delicious.
Sounds good.
Like real strawberries or strawberry flavor?
Real
Diet
strawberry.
Sprite or real Sprite?
Sprite Zero.
Okay, got it. All right, early bird or night owl?
Night owl. And yeah, except for that, I feel like my schedule.
Well, now she's teaching seminary, so
It's
God's trying
wrecked
to help
me.
you grow.
It's wrecked me. Yeah. Go.
Your go-to comfort food. Cinnamon rolls.
Cinnamon rolls. My go-to comfort food is bread. I just love bread. Carbs.
Well,
yeah.
Last thing that made you laugh until you cried.
Probably our last podcast episode. When we
Like
were,
all together.
yeah.
Did we cry?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
it was
a
the letter
funny
to
one.
ourselves?
The
Was
one
it
we
that
were
one?
smiling and laughing the whole time.
Oh, it was
listening
so
to.
funny.
Oh, it was so funny. And I just laughed until I cried. Like, even when editing it, I just laughed the whole
that
time.
was the last episode we recorded. We were so tired.
We were so tired. And
punchy.
Yes,
so
so
punchy.
punchy. Like, you don't even know the stuff I cut. It was so
oh,
funny.
man.
Wait, was it?
Just send
letter
us a
to
list of
ourselves?
cuts.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Favorite childhood memory with us?
Well, I would probably say the beach trip we're going on next week.
Ooh.
Because there's no memories.
I want to do one with Evie, and we don't have a ton
okay.
of childhood maybe.
Because we didn't know her when we were children.
wasn't even
It's
born.
okay.
I'll show you, Megan. Just try to include me.
You guys are so old and crusty. I wasn't even alive, so go ahead and share one.
Okay.
In the olden days.
My favorite memory with these sisters was when we were kids. My mom worked, my dad worked, and we would play orphanage while they were gone.
Here's your slop.
And I would have we had a giant a Tupperware red
ladle.
soup ladle, and I would make mac and cheese, and Lindsay would be like, "Cut up hot dogs in it, please," and she still does that.
Wait. Oh, go ahead.
And it'd be like, "Here's your slop, clean the house."
She would slop it down in the bowl.
Yeah.
Do you remember we used to open the bottom cabinet so it looked like a counter?
Yes.
Like a server
like
station?
a serving station, and we would
Megan
be
used
there.
to wear a hairnet.
Yes.
Just kidding.
If anybody wonders why I'm really messed up, it's because my oldest sister, she treated us like we were in an orphanage.
Yep.
My next sister, she was Miss Treasure, and she was the babysitter that had it all.
No, I even took the orphanage thing so far. We would go across the street where there was a playground across the
And
street.
we played the boxcar
We
children.
did. There was a train caboose that was there at the playground, and we would take a broom across the street
I just
with
got
a bag of
PTSD
snacks.
with all the
And
pebbles.
we would just
like we were runaways.
We did. We were orphans and runaways all the time, and that is my favorite memory.
You always
with these
made me
clowns.
sweet. Always made me. I can still hear the sound of the rocks going over the.
Sweep that stupid train.
Every week, the children at the preschool would just fill that
They
car
sucked.
back up.
We worked
it's
so
crazy.
hard.
Okay, next, go.
Jeez, we need to hurry. Okay,
Rapid fire.
One
not.
rapid fire.
one. All right, one fashion trend you'll never try again.
Low rise jeans.
Right.
Truth.
Right.
I give you muffin top. I don't care who you are.
Low rise, not
Stupid
good.
low rise jeans.
I was thinking skinny jeans, and I looked down at my pants. No, I will always.
Who said
Low-rise
those were a
jeans.
bad idea? But they're comfy.
Low rise jeans are stupid.
All right, mountains or beach?
Beach.
A song that instantly puts you in a good mood.
Sarah McLachlan. Da, 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 da.
Doesn't mean much.
Doesn't mean. Okay, what's the craziest thing that happened this week?
Share it. Leave out things you can get arrested for, but share it.
My mom sat me down for an intervention, telling me that I do too much.
Wait.
And
made you
made
write
her
everything down.
write a list
Yes.
of all the things you do.
Yes.
And then she got to cross out whichever one
She did?
that she didn't want you to do anymore.
Mom, Megan's okay.
Okay. If you could relive 1 year of your life, which one would it be?
It would be when I was 13.
Before you knew Ben. Good to know. Book or show you're obsessed with right now?
The book I'm writing myself. That's what I'm obsessed with. I gotta finish.
So
That's
a
what I gotta
narcissist.
do.
Okay.
Yeah. What is something that I'm good at that people might not know that I'm good at? What?
Wait,
Never.
What's a hidden talent of Megan's?
What's a hidden talent? You guys know me the best.
She can't play piano. Shut up.
Shut up, you guys.
Can you play? You can't play an instrument anymore. You sing, but people
Know
not
that.
hidden.
It's not. What's a hidden talent? I am super good.
Scrapbooking, right?
Huh? Scrapbooking?
Didn't you used to do scrapbooking?
I did. I was a master.
She was a really good
What were you about to
blogger.
say?
She's like a really good writer, and I think that is a hidden thing that she's
Yes.
hidden,
Yes.
She's a
and
really good
it's
writer.
coming out now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she's coming now. Okay.
Boom, 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 boom.
What's your favorite scripture?
My favorite scripture is right now in Joshua. Sanctify yourselves, for tomorrow the Lord will do wonders among you.
Great one.
Hi, friends. Before we jump into our episode all about health and hormones, we thought we would share a little bit about today's sponsor for our episode. We are sponsored today by Whole Health Chiropractic and Wellness Center, which is in the Memphis area and has been serving the community for the last 15 years. Dr. Boston specializes in personalized chiropractic care and has recently added new therapies for his patients to help give them the full whole health approach. He has red light therapy, which helps with inflammation and skin tone, and also Rife Machine, which helps with cellular restoration and detox. If this is something you may be interested in, feel free to reach out to Dr. Boston at 901-672-7308. And make sure you tell him that the Southern Sister sent you. All right, now on to our regularly scheduled programming.
All right, discussion questions. Ecclesiastes 3:1, it says, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. So we're going to be talking about hormones today. And the first question that we have to talk about is, how have hormones affected your life stage, physically, mentally, or spiritually?
Where you're at right now, or just in general?
So
You wrote these.
I know you love it. You need a break.
Courtney's doing the whole episode?
She's not. No, she's not.
I'm the one that's had the least amount of hormones, so I should ask you guys what's your experience.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Megan,
Okay. You guys have had more life stages, so.
we're older.
Stop saying we're old. Okay.
Oh, you Evie.
All right, so hormones affecting your life stage. So there's different, we all know there's different stages of life
like
where
having a hard time.
hormones are different.
Yes.
Right now, I feel like perimenopause is a huge thing. I see it everywhere. Maybe
people are
because that's
talking-
where I'm about to, the algorithms got me, right? It knows. Okay.
That's how old you are.
I'm totally in it. Itchy
I
ears. Have you had itchy ears? Anybody? Yes. That's a new one. Like right
to
in the
get
ear.
to get a little personal, okay, I'm done having kids and I am tired of having that time of the month. So I've tried to look
How old are you,
for
Courtney?
I'm 35 years old.
And
Okay.
you are done.
I'm done.
having it.
It's been too
I'm sure they're the
I'm
older
like,
women
why
that are like,
why
oh.
do you need to if you're done having kids? You know what I mean?
purpose,
It's so
yeah.
annoying,
What is the
right?
purpose?
But I tried to find other ways to not have that anymore. There really are not very many options.
No.
So like there's people that, have to get everything taken out
Yeah, which is
and then they have to be on hormones, or they have, what's called an ablation, and they have to, and they told me when I was looking at this avenue, they said, well, it's not really, a for sure thing if you're gonna not have that time of the month anymore. And then also you're so young that by the time you need to, you probably won't make it to menopause, is what they said. And they're like, you might still have to be on hormones when you're 45 because it sometimes only lasts for 10 years. And I was like, I don't want to take hormones. I don't want to. Every time I've been on birth control, it's made me crazy. It made me gain weight. And even the IUD stuff, like everything, there's like no good solution. So that's probably why some people don't believe in birth control, right? Because your body's just meant to produce hormones. And so
it's like I'm never giving up.
so I'm thinking about I think this question we're talking about, first of all, looking at my teenage kids that are dealing with puberty, right? They're trying to I'm trying to help them navigate their bodies changing and help them prepare for, I feel like before my kids, before the girls, they still have the mood swings. And I don't think anything prepared me for how I keep saying the time of the month. I hope that's appropriate. But the time of the month syncs up with your kids.
Oh.
And it sucks. And I remember whenever my daughter started, I come to Megan and I'm like, what is this? Like, why is mine so jacked up now? And she goes, oh, yeah, it's a thing. I'm like, why didn't you tell me?
I live
Like,
with a teen girl.
this is something you need to
apparently
know,
they're
you
super
guys.
dominant.
Yes. And we have
And you're going to be off your rocker for years until they move out. And
I have four girls.
Oh,
Yeah.
goodness.
So two of
They're
those
all
being
gonna sync
twins,
up,
they're
and
going to
Jared
all,
needs to get a hotel that way.
right? And Atticus, poor guys.
Yeah.
So I think that is a huge discussion that people need to be prepared for, is being able to tell. There's so many good books out there to help your daughters navigate. You just have to be careful that it doesn't go into, when it talks about body changes, that it doesn't go into the controversial things that are so popular right now
Or the
in
things
society about body
that
changes.
they talk about before they're ready to talk about it.
Right. Yeah. So it's a lot. You just have to screen things before and remember what that time was like for you. Right.
Yes.
There's a lot of people that I've met that their parents never talked about it.
Right. And then it just
It's like
happens.
crushing to me. Like, what a horrible,
Yeah.
traumatic thing to have happen if you don't know it's coming.
Yeah.
I have always said that. I heard something one time that has never left me. The first conversation with a child on a subject, whoever that is the expert on that for their whole
Is
life.
their opinion.
Yes, it is the expert. And so it's always been of my opinion that when it comes to hormones and puberty and sex, it's going to be an open conversation so that for my children, I am the expert.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Which is what you want.
It's what you want, because otherwise they'll pick it up somewhere else. Do you want the bus to be the expert?
Nope.
And you know your kids, so you know when they'll be ready for stuff. We've talked about that a little bit before. I've heard people say that 8 years old is a great time to start talking to your kids about that. And you kind of beat the other people that talk about it, and you can explain it in a way that's like, this is a sacred, special thing, and this is what's going to happen, and this is how we prepare for it. And then you give it to them in little pieces. Like when they're 4 and 5, you talk to them about modesty and why it's important to be modest, like, or to just take care of their bodies. And then you talk about hygiene, and then you talk about, how their body's going to change, and then how they're going to grow up, and what things they need to get and be ready for. And so there's just like little steps along the way that you help prepare them for these changes that are going to happen.
I love it.
Well, it made me want to talk about when I started for the very first time, and when we were talking about how traumatic it was for several people I know, like awful thing. I celebrated. Do you remember?
Yeah,
Because I was 14. That's
oh
really
my gosh,
late.
that is late.
And I remember we had the health class talk, and I remember in
I didn't
sixth
know I
grade-
was that close behind you.
Yeah, you were.
I had no idea.
How old were you?
It was the day before I turned 12.
Yeah, you were.
And we
pretty
were
close.
going parasailing, and Lindsay said the boat just knocked it out of me because we were on these
We were on
waves
this
that were like
horrible
horrible.
We got back,
And I got back, and the first thing I did was call Megan because she wasn't on that trip with us. She was in college. And I was like, Megan, I'm a woman now.
I do remember that.
That's hilarious.
And she was excited. Megan was excited.
I remember running. She was not excited for me. I remember running into the room, and you were in your Daisy room with Mom laying on your bed, listening to Sarah McLachlan. Doo, 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 doo. And I remember running in there, and I said, "Guess what?
Dressed
I'm
in
a
all
woman
black."
now." And Mom was like, "That's amazing!" And you were
That's
like,
so
"You're
funny.
stupid."
No, I didn't say
Your
that.
face did. You
This
were
is
like-
the lens of a
She was like-
14-year-old.
Yeah, you were like, "You're an idiot." Like, I cannot believe. And then I never
just
understood
announced
that
that.
until later, and I was like, "Oh,
That's so
I was
funny.
really dumb to be excited about that."
Oh, right? Yeah, she's probably like, it's
Until
the
the
worst.
next month when I was like, "So I want to go swimming. What's gonna happen now? You can't go swimming."
Nope.
Wait, I will say that just as much as it is important to teach our daughters this, I think our sons need to know these things
Yeah,
too.
I agree.
They have changes too that
Well,
they need to be
know
prepared
about
for.
women as
To know
well,
about
the
women.
changes that they
Austin and I
go
have-
through.
Yeah, Austin and I have had lots of conversations about that. It's important to be aware.
Because
One
I'm
of-
shocked at how many men they get into a relationship or they get married and
They have no idea. Okay, so then we have babies, and
Yes.
our
Hormones.
hormones go nuts when we get
Yes.
pregnant. First of all, like that's crazy.
Yes.
It's true.
So anybody want to share about how it feels when they're pregnant? And
I have no idea what that's like. Okay, I'm pregnant.
the jig is up.
I almost 16 weeks when this episode will come out.
Oh my gosh.
And old and
almost halfway
crusty.
there.
We're so
You are not old
so
and crusty.
excited for you.
This is
How old are you?
This is my second geriatric pregnancy.
Why do they do that to us? Why do they do that? It's horrible.
The lady this time was like, so, because of your advanced age,
What?
like in the ultrasound, and I died laughing. I'm like, I know this is a geriatric pregnancy. I've already had one of those because once you're 35, it's officially geriatric pregnancy.
It's
She goes,
crazy.
well, I hate that name. It's stupid. But she's like, because of your advanced age, you can get genetic testing and find out what you're having early. And I was like, this feels really early. It was like 9 weeks. And she's like, yeah, you can find out. Do you want to find out? I was like, are you kidding me? Yes. So as we're announcing, it's also a boy, which is crazy cool. But I was like, this is one benefit from being old and crusty. I am 39. I just turned 39.
Also, pregnancy makes you forget things like telling your siblings that you found out what gender it is. So sometimes they have to hear it from their husband who talked to her husband and is like,
Do you know why?
am I supposed to know this?
Because
Why are you telling me this? I'm supposed to know and tell
Do
you
know-
the news.
Literally, I said, what is she talking about? I haven't told anybody. And Adam's like,
Yeah. He
Like,
told
I
Josh.
forgot you have a big mouth. I said I was gonna
He's
like,
very
do something-
excited.
I was gonna do something beautiful.
Cute, yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, I told my family too." I was like, I haven't even told my
Well,
siblings.
he's probably like, it's the fourth one. Like
I know, right?
you know,
Like, what
No,
up?
he's just so excited. Like, yeah, this is great.
That's crazy.
And I'm
I
like,
can't believe you're gonna have 4
told my
kids.
siblings, and
Oh my
you told her husband before, and he's like, "Well, he's right there." I was like,
I know,
"It doesn't
right?
just come up, Adam. You have to like bring it up." And he's just so excited. It's hard to be mad at him. But then Courtney's like, "Is there something I need to know?" I was like, "What?"
No, here's what I said. I said, because this could be very likely. I said, did I miss the text where you told everybody what you were having?
Literally, I was like, "I haven't told anybody else. I need to text everybody." And then I texted the group. Hey,
But that's
so you
just
know.
Courtney true form. I go directly to the source.
No,
I don't
so
like.
I already knew when you sent the text.
You did because he told Josh too. He's got a big mouth, but it's hard to not.
Oh, man.
He's very excited.
Yeah. So how is the pregnancy hormone life?
Horrible.
What are you feeling right now?
What's the struggle?
Yeah.
I am sick all the time. And I feel way older this one because maybe I just have a lot going on. It's chaos at home. So I feel like a bad mom because I like literally there are some times where I have to just lay on the bed for like a half hour till I can get it together. And then I'm like, okay, I'm better. But I like cannot hardly make it. Like I'll do an interview sometimes and then go to the bed and then come back and do another interview and then go lay on the bed and pop ginger chews like crazy. But I feel like a bad mom too because I'm like parenting from the bed. Don't hit your sister. And I'm like, this is horrible. But I know it's just,
Real life.
yeah. And it's just I try to remind myself because I have perspective now and because this is my fourth, I'm like, okay, when I was pregnant with Caleb, right now, I don't remember that pregnancy. I remember it, but it doesn't feel like every day is long.
I
and a
think
huge
God
struggle.
protects us from that.
does,
As
and
soon as we
that's-
have the baby, it's like a veil is just put over us and we
because no one
forget
would ever have
how
I
to-
wouldn't
horrible
say
it
as
was.
soon as you have it there. I'd give it like a couple years.
True.
We'll get to that. Okay.
No, literally, the hormones in the hospital, I was like, we could totally do this again. And then you get home and you're like,
I remember when I was pregnant with my fourth kid, I had a conversation with my sister Lindsay, and she was like, "I'm really worried about you." And I was like, "Why?" And she's like, "You just don't seem like you're enjoying this as much as you should. It's a beautiful process, and you could very well never be pregnant again. Like you really
just
need to
savor
savor it and like rejoice in
And
your
she's
body."
coming from a place of infertility. Can we just
Yeah,
like
Megan.
mention that?
rude.
It's like you don't care about nobody else's story.
And no,
you
wait.
just care about what you deal with.
Right. This was probably right after Megan was like, so I know since you haven't had babies, but I know you really like this baby name. Can I have it?
So she's like, you
And
need to
I was
enjoy
like,
it and savor it and love it.
I can't have babies fast enough, so you're taking my baby names?
We don't have to get into that.
And
Anyways,
now, no, we do.
Cut
and
that
now
part.
we have a beautiful Lily in Boston, which she should not be named anything else. And she helped name Austin because she said, "You know what name I've always loved?" I'm like, "I'm
that I
having a hard
can't
time.
ever use.
But I can't ever use
ever.
Austin, Boston." I said, "Oh my gosh, I love that one. It was so
Austin.
great."
Yeah.
So she gave it back, but it
She's
was
like,
so
I'll
funny.
take a name you like.
It's true. We
You can
all
have
say
my
things-
favorite boy name.
We all say ridiculous things
When we're pregnant.
when we are
Or when
pregnant
other
or when
people
we
are
don't
pregnant.
know.
And you take things
Yes.
differently too when you're pregnant and people say things to you and you're like, why?
I was going to say crazy things people say when you're pregnant. I will never forget, we were at our first class with like Lamaze class with Ben and I. And the lady that's
before
the
your
nurse.
first baby,
Yes,
you were
before
pregnant.
my first baby.
Yes.
This sweet nurse holds up this Nerf ball and she's like, this is 10 centimeters dilated. This is how large your hole will be when you have a baby. And I was just like, "Ah," and I look and Ben goes, that's not that big. And I was like, that's not your hole. Don't ever say that again. That is terrifying.
Oh my
Dumb
gosh.
things men say.
If you
We could
couldn't hear the
start
high
there.
squeaky thing, she said, this is not your home. Thank you.
I did cry the other day in the car. Like, literally, we were going somewhere as a family. I'm sure my kids were terrified. Like, what is wrong? And I literally was crying and was like, it's not fair. And I was like, what do you mean? I said, I have to feel horrible all the time. I have to eat these stupid things. I can't eat. I'm sick if I eat. I'm sick if I don't eat. I just don't even like food anymore. I'm so sick of it. I'm sick of feeling like this. I have to go through all this pain and horrible things for such a long time. And you don't have to do any of it and you still get a baby.
Right?
And he was like, he looks at me and he was like, I know. I'm so sorry. I was like, that's not fair.
I'll never forget. I heard somebody say, it's like you're doing all the work of a science fair project.
Yeah,
And
they get
everybody
the
gets an
credit.
A.
Yes.
Like you did all the work. You did the whole board. Hypotheses, the
everything.
experimenting, everything.
And after that, I said, listen, so if there's a time that I want to hold the baby, you just say, okay, and you give me the baby. You don't fight me for this baby, okay?
Right?
And
Has he
was
fought you for other
We
babies?
always fight for our babies. Always. We fight over
Who
who's
holds
gonna hold
them?
the baby.
No.
Always. He's like, listen, you feed the baby. I don't get any time. I'm like, I don't care. So I told him, I said, for this baby, every time I want it, I get it. And he was like, oh, fine.
That's so great. I love that.
Ridiculous.
You just randomly cry sometimes
it does,
Yes.
because you just feel all the
You rage
feelings.
out.
You rage out. Yeah.
Amy.
What
We
about
are-
all the physical things like sore breasts, like your back hurts, you get swollen, like
This is
everywhere.
birth control for every teenager listening right now.
I have a new thing that has happened this time is I have a weird nerve that's like in a weird place. And when I roll over weird, it like hurts. Have y'all had that before?
Yeah.
It sucks. I'm like, that's because my body's old. That's because it's a little, oh, also I'm way pudgier than earlier than I was within
Oh,
the
yeah.
that's
It sucks.
with all
So that's
the-
fun.
yeah.
I'm like, baby
The
number
more
4,
you have.
pudgier.
Yeah.
Fast.
So let's talk a little bit about one thing that's really big that a lot of women struggle with is postpartum depression. And my question is, why do you think that when we are going through these hard hormonal times, whether that be postpartum or perimenopause or whatever we're dealing with, why do we feel like we have to do it alone?
I think it's because we don't trust ourselves. I think hormones make us like doubt ourselves and how valid our feelings are because there are these chemical imbalances that happen when all these changes happen. And it's like, okay, what's real and what's not?
Yeah.
And I don't want to be offensive.
So I asked Josh this question and he said, because you live with a man and he don't understand. I was like,
Having
part
3
of the
sisters.
truth, you know?
You
It's
look
like-
Like no one will understand me.
Yeah.
Well, also like I am okay postpartum. So like with every other kid, I'm grateful. I have the hardest time during the pregnancy. So once the baby's finally here, I'm like, hallelujah. They're much better on the outside for me because my pregnancies are so horrible and I'm sick the entire time. So once they're there, I feel like I have relief for the first time. And I think for a lot of people, it's the opposite.
Yeah.
And it's all okay. But sometimes it's survival mode. Like I get very like I don't go to anything. I try to limit. I'm not on social media. I haven't been on social media in weeks. One, because I feel like I'm lying to the world and I'm not ready to share. And 2, I'm like, I don't feel good. I feel horrible and it's so hard. It feels so fake to just, everything's great.
The world
when
is
it's
a
not.
darker
Well, I don't
place
think you have
without
to
you
say
there.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. I don't think
feel
you
like
have
myself
to
normal.
act like everything's okay.
Well, I
She doesn't want to announce anything or.
Oh, that's
I
true.
don't. I can't. Well, ever since the miscarriage before Caleb, I'm afraid to announce too early. So even though Megan made me say it now, it's fine.
Yeah, Megan, why'd you do that?
It's fine. This isn't too early, in 3 weeks. But I feel like when I don't I can't explain why I'm not showing up like myself. Or I went with some agents this weekend. I haven't told y'all this, and I'm not writing things. And the first day was like torture because I would like duck out of rides like right at the end.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
I'm gonna wait in line and then strategically disappear.
I did, and I had one girl that was like, "What's happening? What?" Yeah, and like she was far away, and I just saw her being like talking to. And so like that night at dinner, I was like, "Hey guys," and I'd be like, "I'm gonna sit with the non-writers and just hang out with them." And so finally, I told the agents there, and they were like, "This makes so much sense." I think it's so important that as you're dealing with it, and do it in your own time. But when I like retreat, it is to protect myself. And it's not that I'm like wanting to be a hermit or like close off to the world. It's because I have nothing to give to anybody else. And I'm struggling just giving to my family. And I feel like that's why I get really quiet and withdraw. But it's not because I don't need help. It's because I have nothing left to give. So I just like withdraw. And I feel like that's what people do when they're in postpartum. I feel like you feel the most lonely. And I know you've dealt with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I was not prepared for postpartum at all with my first. Like,
Nobody talks about it.
No, nobody talks about it. Like, you see all these, like, you just think you have the baby and you feed it and it's going to go to sleep and you wake up and it's going to be great. But, like, even from my birth, my first pregnancy, it was traumatic for me. After I gave birth, I started getting like the shivers, like shaking, like I didn't even want to hold my baby because it was just traumatizing for me. I didn't know why my body was doing that. I remember crying all the time, like asking myself, like, why did I do this? I felt like I had ruined my life. I had a hard time with breastfeeding, like,
which is hard on its own.
It made me feel like I wasn't a person, like I'm just
milk machine.
A milk machine.
We all feel that way.
I struggled with losing my identity. I didn't know what I liked anymore. I didn't know how to dress anymore, or I don't know, because you just don't really have a lot of time for yourself. And I remember at first, like, just thinking, okay, I think this is just baby blues. And then as time went on, like nothing was really changing. Like I just still felt sad all the time. I still was, and Jade had colic, as I've shared before, so that made it a lot harder. And Josh and I were young parents, and we had no clue what we were doing. And so that happened with my first pregnancy, and I wish that I would have known that. I know for a fact that I had postpartum depression. But I wish that I would have, I don't know, I guess accepted it, that I had that, and like asked for help. Because I even remember like showing up to a few of like my post doctor's appointments in like tears. And I'm actually kind of shocked that the doctor never questioned it.
Yeah.
And then with Brody, I was like, I don't know if you would consider this imposter syndrome. But I was like, this is going to be great. It's going to be great. Like, it's not going to happen to me again. And the, like, birth with him went so smoothly. It was nothing like with Jade. So I was like, okay, like, this is good. And then I remember the nurse brought him in for a feeding. And I remember her saying, like, oh, I think he might have some reflux. And that was, like, a trigger word for me because reflux is associated with colic. And I remember Jade, you know, she also had reflux as well. And so I just remember being like, nope, this is not real. Like, it's going to be great. Like, even when the doctor came in to check on me, he's like, I have never seen a pregnant woman like so happy. Like, but I was faking it. Like, because I was trying to make it my reality.
Yeah.
It was basically like fake it till you make it type thing.
Yeah.
And I remember we got home and I just immediately like started doing things that I would normally do. So I started doing laundry. I started folding clothes.
That. Like way too much.
And your parents came over and they're like, oh, wow, look at her. Like she's already doing laundry. Like she must feel great, you know? And It's because I was just I was like, no, I'm not going to let this happen again. And then it ended up happening again. I just was crying all the time. I was like, why did I just kept having those thoughts of like, why did I do this? Why did I do this? I ruined my life. Like, and on top of that, you have the mom guilt of bringing in a new baby when you have a toddler,
and spend time with the toddler and make sure it's equal. And
yes. And then, Jade was a winter baby. That made it kind of hard just because, as I remember you shared before, of nurses scaring you. Nurses scared me.
Totally.
Like,
It's isolating in the winter.
It's very isolating. Brody was...
And all the diseases that going around.
RSV.
Yeah, it's RSV season. Don't go anywhere.
Yeah. And then Brody was September. So not winter, but, you know, it's getting
By the time
there.
you want to get out,
Yeah.
you can't get out.
Yeah.
And it's the holidays.
And
so.
I think, like, when we think of hormones, like, sometimes we don't think about the mental toll that it takes on you. Just because your symptoms don't match up, like, it's okay to still go and ask your doctor about it and get that extra help. I wish that I would have. And then I had Lennon, and everything was, like, the delivery was hard. It was horrible. But she was like, nothing was wrong with her as far as like colic or reflux or anything. And I just remember I just kept waiting for the other shoe to drop and being like,
That's so hard.
When is something going to happen? I know something's going to happen.
Yeah.
I know this is not going to be an easy baby because my first two weren't. And I remember Lindsay was the one that told me, I don't know if you remember, but you said, you need to stop waiting for the other shoe to drop. You deserve a good baby.
Yeah, it's kind of like you earn it
Yeah.
when you deal with really hard ones.
That was very wise of me.
You did. Yeah.
Okay, so what is the thing that helps you move out of that when you're in that struggle spot with hormones? Did you get any help medically, or what would you say was the pivot point? Did it just all level out? Like what do you think?
People.
People.
People is what helped me. So Josh, for one, a lot. And then I had a friend that I grew up with, and she moved to Utah, and we both had kids, I think, kind of around the same time. And she messaged me on Instagram. She's like, hey, I saw you just had a baby. Like, how are things? And I remember just like letting it all out with her. And what's crazy is I don't know if she was inspired to reach out to me, but she kind of had a similar experience with her first as well. And so it was really nice to know that somebody else had gone through what I've been through. And she would text me like in the middle of the night, 2 a.m., like, hey, I don't know if you're up nursing, but I just want you to know that you've got this and you're so strong and you're amazing. And she also like referred to me some like support groups on Facebook. So I would say that's sometimes like the support groups is like kind of hit or miss because sometimes it might make it worse. But for me in that moment, it was helpful to see other women experiencing what I was experiencing.
I love it.
And it's a little bit more anonymous. You know, like you could be a part of the group, but you don't have to like, you can just read what people are going through.
And you can even post anonymously if you want to.
Yeah, that's true.
That's awesome.
But I wish I had sought medical help. So if you feel like you need to seek medical help, I just want people to know that it's okay and there's no shame around it.
No.
It's all worth it. I think that's the thing that I just keep reminding myself. Like, the end of this is worth it. The baby and this beautiful miracle, it's worth it. Once you get there, it's all worth the struggle. Like, would I ever regret adding another member to my family? No. Would I ever take back any of my beautiful children? Never. So I'm like, it's all worth it. It's
And the
just a
struggle to figure out your hormones when you couldn't get pregnant, right? Like,
yeah, it's like a whole different
There's so many
beast.
facets to it.
Yeah. It's just us all just struggling in different ways to figure out.
Exactly how it's going to be the best.
Yeah. And everybody's completely different. Like, I have thought several times, like, oh, man. And I've told my brother this. I'm like, I didn't think I'd be having kids with you, but I think this is great. Like, I'm glad our kids are friends. I didn't think I'd be 39 having a baby. Like, we started trying back when I was 22, like 23. Like, this was not my plan, but I think just being okay with it looking different and and it being all right. Adam has talked about that. I'm going to be almost 60 when this baby graduates high school. I'm like, yeah, better start working out.
Well, good thing families are forever. So.
Right. I'm like, it's going to keep us young, and that's totally fine. It's different than what our paths would look like, as is everything you went through. And
I think it's, I'm so grateful you're sharing this, Evie, because it's so important. And it just is crazy to me that, like, we have had birthday parties, we've had family, celebrations and traditions. And, like, you have no idea what people are struggling with. No. Like, I had no idea that was the degree to which you were struggling. And I think that I'm so glad you had your people, but, I hope that people understand that there's people that want to help. Like, you are surrounded by so much love and so much support. And I
think it goes back to that question we talked about a few weeks ago. Like, how can you help people that are having a hard time when they don't ask for help? And it's just showing up anyways. Like,
I saw this video that was like, if you need to know how your friends are doing, look at their eyebrows. And her eyebrows were like a hot mess and not plucked at all. And she's like, I am not okay. She's like,
is like me
if
and
you
my toes.
exactly like
My
if,
toes
you
are
got to
not
know the telltale signs of your friends when they're not okay. It's funny.
I hope that this episode has been helpful to you if you are struggling riding the hormone train. It is real.
maybe you just shouldn't feel alone.
Don't feel alone and just give yourself grace and space to do whatever it takes to feel the best version of yourself. Some people use exercise as a way to regulate stress and hormones. Some people use medicine as a way to regulate stress and hormones. Functional medicine doctors have a lot of really great supplements that you can use to help regulate hormones, like
Clean eating.
clean
So many
eating.
foods.
So there are
Your gut
so
health.
many avenues. Do not be closed off to the inspiration that you could feel to help you be the best version of yourself. And our reflection question for this week is, how can I show myself more grace in the season my body is in right now? And until next time,
Keep striving. We'll see y'all soon.
Now it's time for the bloopers.
One word your kids or friends would use to describe you.
I think someone else should do this.
I know, I'm just teasing it.
Narcissist.
Okay, sorry, rapid fire.
Overwhelmed.
One word your kids or friends.
Wait. One word mom would use to describe you this week.
No.
Yeah, so
All right.
why do you think that women, we need to talk about perimenopause.
Wait, what were you
No.
going to say? Megan needs to take it back because we're off the rails.
Okay.
Yeah, we are off the rails.
Can't do
So-
this anymore.
Okay.
Take it.